All right, today, guys, we're going to talk about point-slope form. Yesterday we did slope-intercept form. And I know those are tough words, you know, they're real similar, they look similar. Hard to keep them straight, but think about what we did yesterday. What's slope-intercept form? Let's just review a little bit. All right, jot that down first. Y equals mx plus b. If your linear equation is solved for y, that's basically considered slope-intercept form. Harrison.
For point-slope form.
Don't go there yet.
Okay, wait. Okay, I'm question.
Okay? Let's get through this. Don't ruin it. Guys, what do you know about slope-intercept form, first of all? Okay? What's m?
Slope.
Yeah, it's the slope. And b equals the y-intercept. Or basically where that line crosses the y-axis. Okay? Now, Harrison, your question yet, or you want to?
No, it's about point-slope form.
Okay, does anybody know point-slope form off the top of their head? You guys have that one memorized. That'll count?
Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1.
Use parentheses there, right?
Yes.
Okay. Guys, point-slope form is y minus y1 equals m times the quantity of x minus x1. Okay? I'll get the easy part first.
Slope.
What do you guys think the m is? You think it's the slope? Now, x1 comma y1. Okay? What do you think x1 comma y1 is?
Or like a point.
Okay.
Coordinate.
A coordinate, there's a word in between those two words. About a given or known point. Okay? It's a given. So sometimes they give it to you, or you're able to figure it out, which I think would be a given or known point. X1, Y1. Remember, guys, Y and X, the variables Y and X with no little sub-numbers by them. Those are just going to stay Y and X. Right? Everybody shake your head, pretend you're listening. Okay. Harrison, now what's your question?
Can't you also do y1 minus y2, or can you not do that?
You don't like that.
What if you get like
you
both
can.
points and you have to find the slope?
Right, and then which point do you use?
Oh,
It doesn't matter, but we're going to use, you're going to see the directions tell you which one to use. But yeah, you're on the right track, Harrison. But no, you would not do y1 minus y2, because all of a sudden all you have in there is just numbers and there's no variables. Agree? Think of what Harrison just said. It was pretty smart. He wants to throw, if there's 2 points, he wants to throw them all in there. And Harrison, that's actually where, guys, does point-slope form look familiar to you? Does it look like anything else we've done this year? You look at it?
Distributive property.
Distributive property, I see that in there. Very good, Donnie. But does it look like any other form or formula?
Standard form.
It doesn't look anywhere near standard form.
Oh.
Good guess. Way to try to sound smart. How about this?
Slope-intercept form.
Oh, no.
That form.
What did I just write up there? Guys, jot the slope form. Everybody jot the slope formula?
Slop.
Slope formula at the top. Somewhere up at the top. Okay? That's what we learned a long, long time. Beginning of 7th grade, we actually did this in chapter 1. The slope formula. Does that look like point-slope form at all to you guys?
Totally.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just within it.
Remember, first of all, it's an equation, right? Okay. Can we do the same thing to both sides of an equation?
Yes.
And mathematically, we're good to go. Okay. Here's what I want you guys to do. Around the slope formula, put a set of parentheses around the bottom part only. Put parentheses around the bottom part only. Okay. Because I know what to do. I'm going to lead you guys down the right path. But multiply that side by x1 minus x2 with parentheses. Trust me on this. Okay? So if I multiply that right side by x1 minus x2, what else do I have to do mathematically?
Multiply it by y1 minus y2.
Oh no, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Banana man.
If I multiply the right side by x1 minus x2, what do I have to do to the left side?
Oh, okay.
Hard time fitting it on here, but I'm gonna try.
I would like to see you kind of do that.
Here's what I'm just giving you a hard time. You're good at participating. You're pretty smart, so. All right. Now look at the right side. Does anything cancel?
Yes.
Look, the x1s minus x2s cancel. Now does it look like the point slope form?
Yeah.
Look, guys, pretty much the same thing. We're just moving our little sub numbers around a little bit. Instead of y1, we're going to make it y, and y2, we're going to make y1. And then look, commutative property multiplication, we can switch that around. This, okay, there's the point slope. All point slope form is the formula for slope multiplied both sides by x1 minus x2. Okay? So that's actually where it comes from. Anybody smart enough to figure out when you use point slope form? No, I don't think that's true. Okay? When would you use point slope form? When you're given what? No.
Turn it into equation.
There's a reason they call it point slope.
When you
When
get
you
a
give it
point
2
and
points.
slope.
Use point slope form when you're given a point and a slope.
I filled that out.
Okay? That's when you use point slope form, is when you're given a point and the slope. Right? And don't forget about our buddy that helps us graph perfectly vertical and horizontal lines. What's our buddy's name? His first name is Bucks. Okay. His last name is Hoy. Write that name down the side, just so we'll talk about what those 6 letters actually mean. Does anybody know what those letters mean?
I do.
Pedal count?
Vertical.
Vertical what?
Vertical line.
Yeah, guys, if we're talking about Vox, we're talking about a vertical line. What does the U stand for?
Undefined.
Undefined what?
Line.
No.
Slope.
Slope is undefined. Okay, and that's also the no slope one. Same thing. Okay, undefined or no slope. Now, you guys know what the X stands for. That's a tricky one.
X-axis.
It's not the X-intercept.
X-axis.
It kind of is the X-intercept, but that's not the way I think about it. It's not the X-axis. Definitely not the X-axis.
Line.
It's an X equals line, which means there's no Y value. There's no Y variable. It's just an X equals line. Okay? And what do the letters in the Hoy stand for? Horizontal.
Zero slope,
Zero slope.
y equals line.
Y equals line. Horizontal line. Zero slope. Not no slope or undefined slope. It's actually 0. And it's a Y equals line. Okay? And you'll use Bucks Hoy a lot in high school. It'll help you quickly get through the special cases, the vertical and the horizontal lines. All right, we're not going to do all this. We're going to do about half these notes today, half of them tomorrow. It'll be easy. Let's try A first. Okay? Write the equation in point slope form of the line that passes through the given point and has the given slope. Notice we're given a point and the slope there. What form of the equation do the directions tell us to write it in? Guys, always read in point slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times the quantity of x minus x1. Write it down as many times as you can. You'll have a better chance of remembering it then. Okay, who can take first pieces of information, put it in point slope form? Let's go. Every hand in this room should be up, guys. This is easy. Go ahead, Catherine.
Y minus 5 equals 10 times the quantity of x minus 2.
Say again. You got me all confused on the right-hand side.
Oh,
2 times the quantity of
3.
x minus 3. Very good. Are we done? Can I box it and say we're done with this problem?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, does it say
I hear no, I hear yes.
Yes.
What are the guys? Look at the directions. It's so important.
Right?
What form do the directions tell us to put the equation in? Did we do that?
Yeah.
We're done. When you get to high school, maybe even us a little bit later this year, it might say change it, solve it for y, and put it in slope-intercept form. It doesn't here. Okay? Skip the second one. Sorry, I know you guys are working ahead. Try C. Practice this, guys. Let's go. Allie Van Pelt, do C.
Y plus 2 equals
Awesome.
2/3 times the quantity of x minus 0.
Nice. Why is it y plus 2, people?
Because a negative times a negative. Two negatives.
Could Allie have written y minus -2?
Yes.
Yeah. Which one's better?
Plus 2.
Yeah, well, you guys are all to the point where no more minus negatives. Okay? I have seen this, guys. Watch. This is a correct answer, too. H2. Because 0 doesn't change anything. So it might look like that without the parentheses. Okay? All right. Skip D for right now. Let's try E. E's tricky. We're going to do E today and F tomorrow, but 2 special cases. Okay? Everybody write a word down next to E that one of the two words from above.
Books.
Okay? Is it bucks or hoy, people? Bucks. Just jot it down right by the. We know it's bucks because no slope is undefined slope, so it's the U, it's bucks. Is anybody smart enough to write the equation? It took a while last period to get it. Be impressive, everybody can get it. Angie?
I put y
Nope.
minus. Put nothing.
Oh,
You have to write something, Maeve. Angie's thinking. I like how
Undefined.
Angie's thinking, so she's good. Rothstein? I gotta understand what you're saying.
Undefined.
You can't write that for your equation. I agree that that's the slope.
Y equals
You are
100%.
100% correct, Rothstein. That. Here's what I want everybody to think about.
I got
What
it.
Angie's thinking, and I think Billy's got it. Listen, if you can write the equation to this one right now, you're a genius.
You give us money.
Billy,
x equals
Give us 600.
3.
you seem so smart.
8.
Hey guys, what does the X stand for? Yeah, you got it, Billy. But listen, here's how we thought about this. What does the X stand for in bucks? Write it. X equals line.
8.
And then, where does the 8 come from?
To give it
What's the X value of the point?
8.
8. Billy wanted to write 3 at first. No, that's the Y value. X equals 8. Boom. Done. If you understand any of that, you guys are way ahead of all the rest of the equations.
I understand.
Okay? We'll do the other one tomorrow.
I understand. I'm way ahead.
Hey, did you guys see why when Angie said Y, I said no? There's no Y in it. Right?
Yeah, right.
All right, jump to the next page. Let's do this. Now you guys got to really start thinking.
Oh, I'm allergic to that.
Okay. We're just going to do A and A. 2 A's up and down. Okay. Given point-slope form. Does everybody agree that that equation is in point-slope form?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see if you guys can work backwards and figure out a point and the slope. See if you can pull out the point and the slope from the form. Really got to think here. Try to do that. If you can get a point and the slope, raise your hand. Don't just do, think. Oh, I can't wait to hear this. Coffee?
The point is -1, -6.
That's what they said last period.
It's 1
Wrong.
No, it's negative.
It's just
3.
And here's why, Connor. Hey, everybody, write point slope form at the top. Okay? Y minus y1 equals m times the quantity of x minus x1. Notice in the form, guys, it's minus right off the bat. So if the values of x and y don't change the signs, you know what I'm saying? What's x1, Connor? I don't think it's -1.
They're both positive.
It's just they're both positive because of these signs in the form are negative. We're not going to worry about the. Does everybody agree with that? Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what's the point?
1, 3.
1, 3, not -1, -3. And then the slope's always pretty easy. What's the
Wait.
slope?
1/2.
1/2. Good, comparison ask.
Could it also be 3 over 1 or 3 comma 1?
Ah, good question.
Because
3
wait,
comma
wait,
1.
I see what I did wrong because I did that y-x.
Right, you did your point as yx. Remember, every point, guys, is x1, comma y1, or x, comma y, whatever you think about it. Now, let's graph this. I don't think we've ever graphed a line with this information, but it's easy. You guys can all do it. Everybody graph the point 1, 3, and then get more points using a slope of 1/2. Graph the point 1, 3, and get more points using a slope of 1/2. Okay? How do I move from this point if I know the slope's 1/2?
Down 2 over 1.
No, you guys are not thinking.
Oh, down 1 over 2.
How about up 1 and right 2? Or down 1 and left 2? Okay? Straight edges. You just graph that line, guys. You've got the important information from the line, and you graph it. Catherine, question. Oh yeah, you'll do A below that one. We're gonna save B's, guys, for tomorrow. All right. If you've not tried the second A, try it. Catherine's gonna help us out here in a minute. Get the point, get the slope. Catherine, what are they? -1, and -2/3. Excellent job. Does everybody agree that the point's -1, 2?
Yes,
You're just shaking your head saying yes.
I understand.
You don't even know what we're doing.
We're doing slow.
Maybe.
We're doing points.
Hey, we're in social studies right now. All right, everybody graph the point, -1, 2. Get a slope of -2/3, get more points. Use a straight edge. Make sure you guys keep your note cards. You know, keep your note cards safe. -1, 2. We're in quadrant 2 there. And then, okay, be careful with your slopes. Catherine, how would I get more points from that point?
Down 2.
Over which way? Exactly. Down 2 and right 3. Or, what's the opposite? Or what's, yeah, up 2 and left 3. Guys, remember it's got a negative slope, so it's going to angle
Whoa,
that way.
that's a good line.
Maeve is easily impressed.
Whoa.
That I can impress you, Matt. Maybe. Okay. Guys, you've never done this before. You guys get this?
Yes. Easy.
Okay, it's kind of like the opposite of writing the equation. You got to pull the information from the equation and graph it. You guys can do it. All right, this one, I think we already did that one.
You're gonna have another pack.
Yeah, we got another packet for one. All right, go to the last page. We're going to get one of these done, and then we'll just do 2 more at the bottom. All right. Let's just do A. We'll save B for tomorrow at this top half.
Or B.
Okay, what do you see there?
A line.
A line. Anybody know what kind of slope it is? Positive slope, right? Okay. Right. Look at the directions carefully. Write an equation in point slope form. I bolded it for you guys. Maybe you guys should underline it so you know what kind of form to put your answer in. And then use the right hand point to write the equation. You understand what that means? You guys know your left from your right, right? Okay.
Barely.
You're going to use the right hand point, that would be the one I just underlined there, to write the equation. You totally could use the left one and get the right answer, but since the directions say use the right hand one, let's do that. Okay? If we want to write we can't. I don't think we can do this.
You can.
Why? How? Well, I don't know the slope.
You have
You
to point it
count
out.
it.
You have to find it.
You have to
Why is it
count and
wrong?
find the slope. What I want everybody to do is find the slope and state the right hand point. That's what you should do for your homework. Okay?
Put the
You have to state them. I don't know why you wouldn't. Let's see, I wonder if you did it right.
Wait, the right hand is
Oh, you did do it right.
oh, y minus 2 or 1 minus
Burke, did you get the slope?
1 minus 2.
That's the point. What's the slope? Count from one to the other. Anybody else get 3/4?
I did.
Wouldn't it be also negative?
I think it's positive. Look how it's
They're
angled.
both negative.
If you did, yeah, if you went from the bigger one, the higher one, Ange, down to the lower one, yeah, they both be negative, which turns out to be a positive. And then, Tara, what's the coordinates of the right-hand point? I mean, we got 1, 2.
I did.
Okay. Who can now write the equation?
I can.
You got all the important information. Okay? Henley, give it a shot. I think you did it right.
Y minus 2 equals 3/4 x minus 1.
Boom. Okay? You guys do that?
Yes.
Okay, that's new. All right, last thing. You guys are doing great.
-5.
Which two numbers are we going to do? A and C?
A and C.
Okay.
I did those.
Write an equation in point-slope form of a line that passes through the 2 given points. Use the first point to write the equation. So when we write the equation, guys, we're going to use the first point.
You have to find
How do you find the slope when you're given 2 points?
m equals y1 minus y2.
Okay? Everybody find the slope.
It's -5.
How'd you get that?
I already did it. It's 3 minus 8 over 5 minus 4, which would equal -5 over 1, which would equal -5.
How many people got -5 for their slope? Okay? Guys, if you don't know the slope, and you're given 2 points, use the slope formula. Catherine, question.
What if you did 8 minus 3?
Oh, I love when kids say this.
Then what would you do on the bottom?
I'm not going to answer that question.
Because I did 5
8 minus 3. Look what she did. She used the x value, or the y value from the second point. Guess what you have to put at the bottom? Right. You'd have to, because she started with the 8, she's got to go with 4 minus 5. Catherine, in your head, 8 minus 3. 4 minus 5. Slope. Doesn't matter, guys, which way you start. You just got to be consistent. Do it the same way at the bottom. Okay? Henning, can you write the equation now using the first point?
m equals 2 minus 1 over -9 minus 1.
We're still on problem A.
No. Y minus 3 equals -5 to the 10th body of x minus 8, 5.
X minus 5, right?
8 pi.
Henning made up a new number, 8, 5.
It's 8 pi.
Okay. All right, last one, guys. Let's try C.
Got it.
Is he a flop?
-1/2.
Be patient, no doubt. Lance, talk me through finding the slope of that bad boy.
2 minus 1
Over
-9 plus 7
is
1 over -2
so what's the slope of that line?
-1/2.
Yeah, -1/2. How many people got -1/2 for the slope?
I did.
Okay. Lance, use the first point and give me the equation in point-slope form.
Y equals
That's not a point-slope form.
y minus 2
Y minus 2.
equals -1/2 times the quantity of -9 or no, x plus 9.
X plus 9. Be careful with your signs.
Sounds like two more.
Hey, never appear. You guys have point-slope form
Yes.
memorized?
Kind of.
All right.
What?